All right, hello and welcome back to Battle of Behemoths 3, where we'll be looking at our second, maybe final Cult Warband, unless Darkin's playing, which will be headlined by Lord Ramon, who streams a lot of the game. He's a really nice guy from Liverpool. Chatted with him a lot over the years. We were on a team way back in the day playing his cult, and him, me, Paranoia, and Steiner, who was an early mod creator. It's like this synergy on our team that just carried over. Paranoia is doing the mod. Steiner was a really big early contributor to the mod. Did a lot of work. Um, I'd like to think I've contributed. I did mod some, but then just kind of discussion on where to go and what works and doesn't. And then Ramon streaming all the time. He giving feedback too. So here we are, my old teammate here, good fellow Ramon. Um, Playing a team, I think he is a cultist at heart too. So um, yeah. So without further ado, he has two magisters. Again, this is kind of rare. I think he's now the third person with two extra leaders and the base leader. I don't think I've seen two born leaders. I would have thought maybe necromancers would have been the only one, or maybe Eshin, but we only had one Skaven. So he's me. I can't. Who else had two? Mork had two matriarchs, right? And now Ramon with two magisters. I think that's about it. So we have Master Shit and Captain Bob. So we'll start with Master Shit Heap. Maybe he's a Nurgle guy. Got this Blood Sacrifice Knowledge Mordheim Basic for movement. Battle Tongue Mastery for Mastery Order. Then he's got improved casting. Interesting. I like this already. So I expect to see Acid Breath or something. Yes, he does. Who doesn't? I would have 100% played Cult in this, honestly. Reduces. I'd play him in every tournament. Reduces the chance. That means to resist your spells. So that tells you he's like an offensive caster, which is fun for me to see. I love Acid Breath. I think it's way underrated. Knowledge of Tactics, dodge and parry chance. So it looks like he's going parry with Web of Steel. So you don't get Jaw Strike if you're trying to do order. That can help with that. Then he has Stimulus, so boosting initiative of his teammates to 2 turn. Wild Casting. So this is if you want to get something off, cast something for sure. This is something I think I'd see on a Doomweaver to get an Idol of Blood down. Not sure what he really needs to cast here, but we'll see. And then I said Web of Steel, Introspection for one more offensive point. Let's see. He's got Weapons of Destruction, of course, Mastery. Chains of Chaos. Okay, that one can be easy to fail. I can understand that. I can understand that 100%. You only want to cast it once, so Wild Cast, and then you're going to get up to 90% cast chance, I believe, instead of the 80. And try to get that off in the Impressive. So here we have the Mastery version, and that's why he wants to bypass you. So Word of Pain, that's another reason. This one is really strong too. Yeah. We'll take you under our wings, Terrant. We'll show you the way. Word of Pain. This is like the best kind of AoE spell in the game, I believe. It might be stronger than Fireball. I can't remember exactly, but this is like big number. If you actually like go channeling and pain and all that, it's like impressive numbers. But it has that problem of it doesn't focus fire. But you can get 3 of them off. So it's pretty good in that way. You could get more off if you quick cast or whatever their version is. Yeah, quick casting. Or you get an Idol of Change. You know, there's a few ways to really just blow yourself up. And then Vision of Torment, the basic one. I kind of like the basic one. I think it has legs on it for what you get. Same with chains. I could see taking basic chains, but if you have just 2 points left over, the other one being kind of Veil of Corruption, I think you get decent value out of for just 2. But that one's 4 and this one's only 3, so you can maybe get a stun off. He might not ever use it, but you got the spot. Put something there. Because you like literally always master this, right? It's one of the few things where you always have then a two left over, right? It's kind of weird about the Magister. So he's like one of the only units I think this happens with. It used to be comets for sisters. You would immediately master it, and they always had like a two left over. Everyone else is like starting spells. Maybe Rotten Touch. Like Boon of Ruin, you never see, right? If you're just thinking about it. Oh, the Wolf Priest one, you master that a lot of times, I think. So he's another one. Anyway, this one has Mastery Battle Tongue and Mastery Order. So they both order. Knowledge Mordheim again. This one's a shield specialist. So look at him trying to mislead us from his kind of melee resist build. And Tracker. It's free, so why not throw it in there? If you can order your unit before it dies, or you know, it's a good thing. Mastery Insult and Mastery Order, so that gives him 30% melee resistance bypass if he wants. And then he's got the Mastery Stimulus for 2 turning, Rub of Steel. So you can see what he's trying to do here. Weapons of Destruction, Chains of Chaos Mastery, Word of Pain Mastery again, and Boon of Chaos this time. I'll be honest, if I'm also maybe taking one, I don't know if Chaos is it, but I could see taking... Oh, that is the one. I was thinking of Curse. The Boon is the one I would take. Now I wonder if I missaid... It makes me wonder if I missaid Addeds, if he had Boon or Curse. Fuck, I don't even remember. I'm starting to think he had Boon. Because, like, during like the first round you're not seeing anybody, you can get us weapons off, then just why not slap a few of these on your Impressive? Just boost them up. Why not? So I think that's a good one to take with the leftover spell too. So well done. The man knows his cult, I can already see here. And then he has it. He's got Fear, Born Leader of course, and then Battle Tongue and Order. So every single one of his units can order, which is logical for cult. If you're not ordering this thing around, you're ordering one of these things around that usually hit hard as well. So, and then what else are you going to do with the Possessed, to be quite honest? You could get offensive with him, but it's easy to order with him without that SP penalty. So it's really just 3 OP. Mastery Veteran. So he got Mastery Veteran and Born Leader. So he has like big stats, as you can see. A lot of stat buffs for him. And then he has a Void. So this looks like how he's trying to keep him alive with a sidestep. So not a lot of HP. So this one needs to rely on the dodge. And it's hard to like pull that out of him, right? Does he have double head now, I want to know? Yeah, I think that's a pretty logical thing to go with if you're going to do dodge. Extra face. Kind of looks like it there. It's hard to tell, right? 3 eyes. And then he has Lure if he doesn't want you on him. Get the fuck away. Or you can go onto a unit and lure it to get more use. So if this guy's on a unit, you bring him up, lure. They're both going to hit him. That's good value. And then add Rush Basic, and then Ready Stance to 2 turn to shout at people. So you can see he's doing a lot of any jumping. But this is 99, so I'm not sure what this one's jumping. This reminds me of Quist guy with 127 initiative, and then had Ready Stance as well, I believe. I can't. It just makes me kind of chuckle. But you won't ever jump this guy, right? You never know. You really don't. You know, you chuckle. Maybe this guy gets Scavenger's Curse or Staggering Blow or Knee Shot. To be honest, like a Knee Shot, we've seen some. And he could just Ready Stance kind of back out of it. So the 127 seemed a bit much, but I could see it getting some actual use. So there is that. It's like a counter to those abilities, I'd say. Then we got Thingster, the actual thing that we want to see. The horseman with 3 heads and like a ninja face. Of course, Terror, Hardy Mastery, Zinch Warding, 67. This is terrifying. I'm sorry. He also has the Eye for crit resistance. And no wonder he has that huge initiative. And then an Axe Arm. I'll be honest, I'm surprised he didn't take like feet if he wants to get around and order units. You only have this much HP anyway. I thought he'd take something a little more utilitarian, like the perception one. I get the crit resist to a degree. You don't want your leader to get crit, but I don't know how much he's gonna get out of the axe. Let's just start here. He has destroyer. It's so hard to remember what they're called. And this is the one that reduces melee resistance. And then he has extra arm axe, which we saw with added. So that's clearly popular. The damage, the armor bypass, and the dodge bypass. And this one has dodge and parry, so he literally can't parry. So it looks like he has a little bit of dodge. That could be good against these Daredevil builds. I think Ramon's in my league, so I'll have to take note of that. My executioner only gets so high, so if I go against this guy, I could be in trouble if I'm in Daredevil. So he has the hardy Zinch warding, knowledge of Mordheim for 7, and then the basic avoid. Attracting lure mastery. This is like, I don't know, our 7th out of 12. 7th or 8th that have intimidate or mastery intimidate or lure or mastery lure on their impressive. So it's cool to see. Blood offering mastery for damage and starting to get to decent crit numbers. Add rush basic for 5 attacks. Insult again to hit. And then he has mastery sidestep. So that's how he's going to survive. And he will hurt. So just a solid, steady state unit. Doesn't have to worry about Daredevil himself. Guess we'll jump to the Doomweavers. We have Fruit Loops, Agility, kind of a dodge survival. We've got Avoid, so yeah, 45. You could take, with this guy, you could take Knowledge Tactics and get to bonkers numbers. He has Daub of Hatred, improved casting. So he wants to cast. So I would assume blood. Yeah, burning blood. And then force of will, because he will probably blow up a lot. I don't know. I guess that's worth taking, but I think a lot of times you just accept you might blow up and take the clarity one. Right? Just why even bother investing, in my opinion? Just know you're going to blow up. Guarantee you never get stunned because you're still only at 56, right? That's not a great number. He's got sidestep basic. He's got meditation mastery, so he can turn it into SP and move around. And battle plan, so he can also turn it into SP, which he turns into battle plan to recharge the impressive. Cauterize. Remove poison. He is going to be in here with paranoia. And then, what was that? Intensity, whatever. Starts with Boon of Ruin. There's the Burning Blood, and I would expect Idol of Change, so he can cast a lot. And then Idle Blood's just so good. It's just so fucking good. The best heal by far in the game, like absurdly better than every other heal. Here we have Unstoppable. So this guy's there. He's there. He got there, and he looks like a boom weaver, as we call them. Force of will, and that like really invested in it. Then he's got Daub of Change. He wants to get cursed and blow up. And he's going to do magic to get there. And then he is kind of dodgy. I like this build. I know Ramon's been like under the weather, we'll say. And I know he's been distracted. It's hard for him to focus. But, I can see the vision in a lot of these. Meditation. Not for battle plan this time, but maybe if you are taking curses, there's some that strip all your SP, so maybe you want them, or just to get into where you want to blow up at, or to get into the sidestep is more important than maybe 2 OP. The Cauterize, he can cause open wounds to himself too, but also poison. Wild Casting, because he wants to blow the fuck up, and he's going to take a lot of flares. And then Intensity's free. How's he going to get there? He can cast Boon of Ruin. Here's the Spiteful and Burning Blood for just casting damage. And then Idol of Blood is just too good. I guess the Wild Casting. That's the chance to cast. So there's no ways to reduce it without that totem, which is interesting to me. Yeah. So I don't know if he has to work in tandem with this guy's Idol of Change to be even more efficient, perhaps. Because he's not going to be casting too much without the Idol of Change unless he's doing basic boon. Because that's 4. You can only cast that once ever, literally, and that's 4. So this is the only way to kind of cast a lot, to blow up. That's why you see a lot of them take the other one. Not wild casting, but quick casting. It reduces the cost. So you can literally have like free boons of ruins inside the idol, and you just cast and cast and cast and cast, and you blow up and you blow up and you blow up and you stun your and you're just dying as an opponent. Like, oh my god, this guy is ruining me. It's just intense, you know. Yo ass. Look at this guy. He looks cool as fuck. He's got 1,000 eyes. Interesting. So it makes you think melee. Wardstone horns. Yep. So maybe there's anticipation. I'm starting to wonder. No. No anticipation. And then Demon Soul for the magic resistance. He has Nerves of Steel because he's not immune. He is immune to All Alone, but he always was. Shield Specialist Mastery. Resilient, Knowledge of Mordheim, and there's Defensive Stance. So a bit of a melee resist build. You'll have to chew through this guy. He's never going to get huge numbers, but enough to be annoying. Meditation to get around. Attracting Lure if a henchman ties him down. He does not want that. Feint, and then Threaten to suck off counterattacks and OP on people that don't want to hit him. I think people could go through this tournament and look at all the variable melee resist builds, and then you'll be able to see how they perform in the tournament, and then go back and be like, did I like it or not? You know, there's a lot out here, which is cool to see. Here's Meph. He's a Meph head. Again, 1,000 ways to build this guy. He is a heavy armor. Armor proficient. Chaotic advantage. He wants to recharge his OP. Very good on this unit. He could just attack all day. So he gets 14 OP, in other words. So he gets 7 attacks off. You can also take Swift Counter and make it just absurd. You just endlessly counterattack, in other words. Which, it's so annoying to face, man. Zinch Warding to get the OK numbers. He can probably flex, yeah, depending on the matchup. Hardy, because that's otherwise how you're going to kill him, right? But, it's not huge HP, but if he's worried about magic, he can take Talisman and really kind of knock that down. Attracting Lure Mastery. Guys, there's a lot of Attracting Lure on the cult. You're going to have to wall yourselves or put yourself here in combat, and they're here, and then you put your unit behind you so you can't be lured. I mean, it's cheesy as fuck, but it's like you're wasting this unit in a way, right? So they're winning in the end. He's got Blood Offering with this, even though he's not at all even a crit build. That's 37% without even thinking about it. He's probably just taking it for damage, which is where the cult can be dangerous too. They're like passively critty without even fucking trying, which is dangerous to me. Like, you don't even think about it, and you're like, yeah, I wasn't trying to crit you, but fuck, okay. I was just trying to get damage, and that was worth a point, so I grabbed it. You know, I have an axe for an arm, you know. Web of Steel, basic, very good parry chance. Insult, and then Intensity. So just kind of a standard tank, I guess I would say. And then a melee resist tank. And we'll see what Dork ends up as. Crazed Lad's got Talent, of course. Basic Knowledge for 7. And Armor Proficient. So big armor, but good movement. And Resilient to protect himself. But then magic will get him. Web of Steel Mastery. He's got, again, Lure Mastery and Blood Offering Mastery just for more damage. 17 Strength, that, you know. And then Ad Rush Mastery. Which I'm not quite sure what that's doing, to be quite honest. Maybe it's for another Lure? Because I would expect Chaotic Advantage, maybe. And I don't even see a skill that... Oh, I guess Blood Offering's a skill attack. So you can do... If you're at 11, you do 3 and then 2, 2, 2, 2. So that could be where that comes into play. And of course, there's OP reduction stuff out there. So I've seen a few Adrenaline Rush masteries. It's weird from vanilla how much it's changed. It's only 30 instead of 60, but that one extra offensive point's kind of rough. Like 2 isn't that good anymore, so I don't know about the change. Same with Exhaustion Mastery. But maybe it's so standard in vanilla that that's a good thing. I don't know. 3 sheets to the wind. He is definitely ranged, no hybrid here. No entrenched, but he does have that lurker, Knowledge of Mordheim, quick reload. Pretty standard movement reload. He's got another unit with Trick Shooter. Paranoia is correct. I guess it's a very good skill. It's like the 4th or 5th player with basic Trick Shooter. I'm losing my fucking mind. Overhead for increased range chance from above. So 15% if he's above you. In order to headshot you. So there you go. This is such a feast or famine. Like, this is not a good unit to take headshot on. And I'll be honest. If you can get those, cool. But, like, it's going to be like 50%. And if he gets it, cool. It's like, you're fucked. So, the any jumping with knee shot. You saw you had other any jumping tricks the other way to go up. So this brings you down. Introspection to get 6 OP for maybe 2 knee shots. Or a headshot and a regular shot. And then meditation for more movement. And we've got pointy. I don't think you're going to see any melee brethren, let's be quite honest. Lurker, Knowledge of Mordheim, quick reload. There it is, Trick Shooter and overhead. But this one does not have headshot. Instead it has knee shot and then now hand shot. But also meditation and introspection. So just only difference I think is the hand shot versus headshot. And Pillock. Is he Pollock? Resilient. Knowledge of Mordheim. Avoid. Decent dodge. He's got the tracker, which is free. I think it's free. 83 is intense. Sidestep. Attracting lure. Does he have celerity? Is it this mutation? No. No, it's not the eye. It's just very fast. I guess he's in cloth. Prowl. So he wants to ambush and then be in sidestep. Careful approach for range resistance. Very good range resistance and decent melee resistance. So he's kind of a tanky melee henchman. And then he has the 2 heads. So good dodge. Very good dodge. Not what you want on your impressive. Cracked. 2 heads again. This one's for parry. Looks more like a standard tank. He's got resilience, Knowledge of Mordheim, hardy, veteran. There's your web, lure, meditation, ad rush. I'm already like, man, I'm definitely bringing Templars against both of these fucking cultists. Maybe I'm giving away my strategy. I don't know. I mean, it seems obvious at this point, doesn't it? A fun fact, actually, since we're talking so much about it, if you have the Wolf Priest, you put that one spell on them too. You're unable to flee and disengage. I can't remember. I think it's the one that increases your hit chance. It's the one he starts with. Ulrich's Blessing, I think. So, Witch Hunters and Mercs, me, Griffin, and Ask Evan, you might want to use that too, judiciously. Against the cult. I mean, like, they have so much attracting lure. It's crazy. Was it this guy? A meditation ad rush. Attracting lure. That's probably where I went off the side again. And then 2 heads. So a parry tank, but not the big armor one. And then we got the surgeon. You like to see the big axe right out the gate. He looks like a heavy hitter. 15 strength. Resilient, Knowledge of Mordheim, armor proficient. He's using to stay alive and hardy. This is a big beefy axe man, attracting lure. Meditation. Add rush and then intensity, and then he has threaten. He'd rather this guy get hit than something that's important. His eyes are fucked up. And then Robin shops. So he's stealing things, I guess. I'm sorry. Is this... He has featureless face. That's why he looked fucked up. So it gives him more wounds and some range resistance and poison resistance. So I'd expect to see these two against Paranoia. He's in here with Paranoia again. So you get your poison resistance. Maybe put on the luck runes. Knowledge of Mordheim, Flash Parry, which Skaven could care less about these two stats. They will bypass them all. Tracker, 97, my god. I mean, there's 100% going to be maybe ambush deployments. So I also get that. I totally get why some of these are really high. I'm not going to just mock it. I mean, there's definitely good reasons to do this. So there can 100% be you're already engaged in combat deployments or turn 1 engagements. So if you can get this unit onto an impressive turn 1, it's like, well, fuck, you know. In a way, you've kind of dictated things. Web of Steel, meditation to get him even closer to that goal. Onslaught, so he can be in Web of a parry after an ambush, and then attracting lure. Literally, attracting lure, attracting lure, attracting lure, attracting lure. Funnily, the archers don't, who you don't want to get locked down. Attracting lure. They can get it, but they don't. Attracting lure. They can get it, but they don't have it. Attracting lure, attracting lure, attracting lure. And it's good. It's a very good skill. So when you're facing both cultists that we have, be very aware. I think Mark was getting lured around the map. From the one I saw, you put your 2% hit chance auger onto the unit. And you're like, oh, I got him. And it's like, lure, and it runs off. It gets hit. It's like, fuck my life. And that's real. I mean, it's real. It's a problem. And that's one of the reasons cult's pretty good. So yeah, I think he'll use a lot of lures. He has some magic damage. No ranged. It's funny. I haven't seen a ranged. I didn't see a ranged mutant in either warband. So they're very range poor. They just have the henchman. Paranoia too. And then kind of a sidesteppy tanky one, and so did literally melee resist tanky one for added. So Chains of Chaos to worry about. So yeah.